Kākou, DJ Kano. This will be the final video for the Razorback series, talking about the drone killer position. So let me throw. I don't think I can throw out my drone killer position, my drone killer build, because I'm technically in combat. Yeah. So let's see if I can try to just piece it together. I don't have the specialization on right now because it should be the crossbow. But let me just put on the build really quickly. It's going to be a 4-piece hardwired. So hardwired will be what I walked right past, not walked, but skipped over. Hardwired there. The backpack will also be hardwired. The chest piece will be the kinetic momentum. The gloves will be BTSU gloves. The last two pieces, knee pads and holster, will also be hardwired. So this is basically it. I'm not going to be using the reviver. I'm going to be using the restorer hive because it is not a healer build, but building it like a healer build does help out, because it's a benefit of the hardwired set. Last thing is going to be the pulse. Okay, not the scanner. I want the jammer pulse. Okay, so this is what the build will look like, minus the specialization, which I cannot change to right now, unfortunately. But the specialization is going to be the survivalist. It has a healing benefit to it, and it's just a byproduct of using either the crossbow or the demolitionist, like I said. And if you had to pick one or the other, it's good to have the survivalist instead of the demolitionist, because there is zero benefit to having demolitionist on this hardwired build slash healer-esque build. Okay, so crossbow is what I recommend, and that will be usually position 1. I don't think it matters too much where you run the plate from. 1 is just what's recommended because it's the farthest away from the ad spawns. If you go to 2, 3, 4, the plate is even closer to the ad spawns, and the drone killer cannot die. If they die, there's a high chance that everyone else will die too, because if they can't kill the drones that come out, the striker drones are relentless. They will kill you pretty quickly. Okay, so how this build works is it's going to be using the feedback loop talent on top of your hardwired build. Okay, so hardwired, it says whenever you use or cancel a skill, your other skill's cooldown is automatically reduced by 30 seconds. Okay, a feedback loop can occur once every 20 seconds. So if I wait 20 seconds, I can keep using this ability. Okay, why is that important? Because there will be waves of drones that come out of the Razorback. When it comes out, is going to be right as you are at 100%. You're going to break the plate off of the Razorback with the crossbow. You'll shoot in the grenade or throw the grenade in, and that's around the time that the drones will start to spawn out. So it's going to take a lot of timing and practice. Unfortunately, I can't do it right now and show you because there is no drones here to kill. So I will do my best to simulate it. Even with the simulation or whatever have you, even if I were able to show you, the timing is still going to be up to you to figure out what works best for you and what works best for your team. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Those things are done, the alarm goes off, and the center panel pops up. That's when the drones start to slowly come out. So it takes roughly about 2 to 3 seconds for the drones to come out, and then they will start shooting. So as soon as the Razorback opens, I would count roughly 1, 2, and press and hold the pulse, and pops. So you see how long it takes the pulse to charge? It's roughly about 2 or 3 seconds. So if you count 1, 2, press and hold, it's another 2 or 3 seconds. It should be just the right amount of time to kill the drones before they start shooting and killing your teammates and yourself. The timing, like I said, is so crucial that if you press it too early, then you may miss some of the drones as they have not all completely spawned yet. And of course, if you wait too long, some people will start getting shot before your pulse has the time to charge. So I'll leave it up to you to go ahead and find your team and practice it. Just know that it will take time. Don't try to force it. Don't try to be too hard on yourself. Get going with the flow and see how long it takes for you to press and hold the pulse and at what time you should do it. So press and hold, sorry, you don't want to do that. That was an accident, but it's a good lesson. Make sure that you press and hold, because that will not extend the reach over the entire Razorback and not help anybody. Okay? All right. So again, crossbow is shot, the grenades are shot, drones start to come out. Press and hold the pulse, and boom, there goes all the drones. Your teammates are now shooting at the weak points. Not too long after that first initial pulse, you will have a second drone wave. So drones should be spawning within the amount of time that I had just spoken. And you see that my cooldown would not have been ready because the drones are already been out. I would not have been able to do anything. And within that amount of time, it takes me another 3 seconds to pulse. My teammates are probably either dead or lost a lot of health. So that is no good. We can't have that happen. So let's try this one more time. Press the pulse, kill the drones. Okay, so if I drop my hive, you see my pulse? The pulse has no cooldown. Now I can use it again. Okay, because of the hardwired, every 20 seconds, when I drop my hive to the floor, I get a refresh of my other skill. Okay, pick it up. If I wait 20 seconds roughly again, I can go ahead and get rid of this cooldown. Okay, so you have enough time between pulses to go ahead and kill the drones no matter how many waves come out. So there is usually 2 waves. You may have a third, so be very careful and pay attention. Be vigilant. That's what the drone killer's job is. You do not have DPS. As you can see, I don't have red on this build. You will not necessarily be able to help out with the weak points. I don't recommend you try. Just focus on the drones and keep your DPS alive. Okay, here's another thing that I recommend. Okay, so I just pulsed the drones from the plate position. Okay, and I'm going to come over here. They're going to come and get ready to shoot weak points. Drop my hive. Now I have my pulse ready. I'm waiting for the drones. Leave your hive on the ground because you see where the hive is extending to. This is where your teammates are essentially standing to do damage to the Razorback. So while they're standing, if they do get hit by the drones or by any stray ads, mind you, they will have some heals coming back to them. Okay, then I go ahead and pulse, pick it up again, and be ready to drop it to get that pulse back for that third wave potentially of drones. Okay, that's all you're really doing. Be mindful of where you stand, just like for the plate position, not Overwatch. For the plate position, be mindful of where you stand because you too still need to get in cover and not die from the mortars. Okay, that's essentially what it looks like. That's all it is. Okay, so mortars are done. And then they're going to go ahead and wait for boomers. We're waiting for boomers. Okay, boomer on 4, boomers down. Drone killer's ready. Okay, guys, in plates. 3, 2, 1, go. In plates. Rinse, repeat. It's really that simple. That's all the drone killer's going to do. If you are overrun by ads, okay, I talked about the timing in the last video where as soon as boomer's down, you got to go do plates, right? If you don't do plates or if you miss it, okay, so say we waited over 15 seconds after the boomer was down because maybe I was getting ammo or something was going on, somebody wasn't near their plate and we couldn't do plates. You don't have to force it. What you would do is what we call an ad run. So generally speaking, I don't know what the timing is. So say boomer spawns every 3 minutes, right? So boomer's dead, call for plates, go. It takes us 3 minutes to go do the whole sequence and then boomer comes out again. Rinse, repeat, right? So if we kill boomer and we don't get started 20, 30 seconds later, we just wait 2.5 more minutes. We wait 2.5 more minutes, kill boomer, and then go back to plates. So if we aren't able to get everybody on their plate immediately after boomer's down, we'll just wait the duration and wait for the next boomer to come out and start all over again. So consider boomer being your starting point every time. Boomer comes out, that means plates should be going on. Don't do plates in the middle of a boomer spawn because then your timing will be off and you'll have a more difficult time. This, of course, again, is for people who are learning it. There is another way to do it where you don't have to pay attention to that. That's called fast plates. I'm not going to go over it here. I'm just going to focus on the tutorial stuff for people who have never done this before. I may do fast plates in another video where we can actually be active, but don't worry about that. That's not important. So boomer's dead. That's where you go into plates. If you can't do plates right after boomer dies or within 15 to 20 seconds, then ad run. That means, let me explain the ad run. I didn't actually go over it. That means plate people can get off their plates for the duration of time that they're waiting for boomer and go help kill ads. As the drone killer, I can go ahead and drop my hive. Okay, heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up. Okay, they're healed. Pick up my hive. I can run around the whole map and just drop my hive for everybody who might be low on health. And then by the time I do a whole round, I should be able to get back in time here for the next boomer spawn. Okay, so again, if the rough timetable was about 3 minutes, I'm pretty sure it's shorter than that. But if it's 3 minutes, I know that's the amount of time I have to go ahead and come back for the next boomer spawn. Boomer spawns, everyone is in good health, plates are all nearby, go ahead and do the plate run and do the damage phase again. Okay, you don't have to be consistent every single time. If someone is away from their plate, go ahead and do an ad run and come back to your plate later and try again. Okay, hopefully that was clear. Drone killer is very simple to do. All you have to do is practice the timing on when the drones come out, and be aware of your heals and drop them when you can. Okay, I'll go back into the build really quickly one more time. So that's the hardwired, the feedback loop. What I am running on this, okay, I'm running skill damage everywhere. Okay, skill damage here, skill damage here, skill damage here, skill damage here. The chest piece, I'm choosing to run kinetic momentum. It has skill haste and skill damage. Okay, I also run the haste mods because I can't run damage mods. Haste is very good because you can bring your cooldown as low as you can. So when you drop your hive, it obliterates the cooldown completely. You don't have to worry about any cooldown with your hive, with your pulse when you drop your hive. BTSU is not super crucial. However, it is very handy. Because this is not technically a healer build, it doesn't have to be here, but I can run it like a healer build so I can help out my teammates. So if I have an opportunity when I'm not using my hive, maybe between the waves, I can go ahead and do an overcharge. Okay, doing an overcharge, as you can see here, when I have a 6 skill tier build, I can actually restore hives for everybody that's here. So I can restore their reviver hives. So it's very important to have that when you are running in the raids. It's not super crucial, but it's very handy, like I said. Okay, so BTSU here for that purpose. The weapons that I would run doesn't matter too much. If you run the Scorpio, you won't be able to do too much damage, but you can still drop some guys to their knees, and that can be handy for the Overwatch who's helping you. So maybe a Scorpio. You can even run the Ravenous. That's pretty decent to still pop some shields on the ads. Otherwise, it doesn't matter too much as long as you have specialization ammo. Okay. All right, guys, that'll be it. That kind of wraps it up with the drone killer position. The final thing I want to say before the server closes in 9 minutes is going home. Okay, so we go through the damage phase, go on plates, crossbow, grenade launcher, get off plates, damage weak point, damage Razorback. Do all the damage phases enough, you'll be able to actually knock out all of the health in the center of my screen. The Razorback health will be completely gone, and you'll see no ads will spawn anymore. They'll be gone. There'll be mortars all over the place, and the drone killer people that know about the raid will be, okay, everybody, we're done, let's go home. What that means is you run back to your rocket position. So I'm the drone killer on number 1. I run back here from my plate and I go and help out my Overwatch. And we stand here and we look at this computer screen and we're looking at the blue screen, well, greenish blue, and waiting for it to turn red. So everybody will do that. So plate number 2 and Overwatch 2, 3, 4 will all run back to what's called, again, home. This is the home position, and once it turns red, you shoot, wait till it's destroyed. Once it's destroyed, it pops and you're good. I usually just run to another position to help if they might need help, in case someone, happens to get hit by a stray mortar or something. And then we just run over and make sure all 4 computers get destroyed at the end of the Razorback mission. All 4 are done. You will see a bunch of loot drop on the ground. This door will open up, and you'll be able to get to the chest back there and have a chance at the Eagle Bear. Okay? That is actually now it for the Razorback. I'm pretty sure I covered all the different positions, all the different mechanics for Razorback, and giving you guys a little bit of information and strategies on how to move forward when doing this. So if you are first time doing the Razorback, hopefully this has helped you, and please let me know if this happened to help anybody. If not, no big deal. If you have other comments that could help other people that I might have missed or skimmed over, please throw that inside the comments, because I want this to be potentially helpful. The Division community is generally a very positive and helpful group, and even though there are still so much other resources out there, I wanted to provide my perspective and my spin on how we do it, and hopefully, I just explained it differently than somebody else, and with more information, it can't hurt, right? So all right, thank you guys so much again for watching. Till the next one. All right, shoots.